This is Kathy Biehl of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro-Insight for the week of January 27th, 2025. This week puts us to the question, what does this mean for me? What does this mean to me? Our minds are moving into a different mode of operation, and so are all the information channels and conversations going on around us. Mercury, the planet of communication, moves into Aquarius on the 27th, on the first day of the week. It will be there until February 14th, highlighting the role of technology and the internet, and also collective thinking, collective action, futuristic thinking. Mercury in Aquarius puts us high on treetops looking down at the action. It brings an element of detachment, but the personalized part of it comes from Mercury's first assignment after it gets through the door. On the 29th, it meets with Pluto, clarifying, purifying Pluto. Pluto in Aquarius already reshaping our notions of society and the collective and technology, and, lest we forget, power, in a mode that it will be in through 2043 and that it will not fully leave until 2044. Pluto is the outer planet that is parked at the earliest degree of the zodiac, which means it's acting as a bouncer or a gatekeeper. Every time a body changes signs, it has some kind of encounter with Pluto. Mercury meeting Pluto directly will radically transform communications, thinking in ourselves, and also in the messaging and conversations that are happening collectively. Pluto strips down, streamlines, gets to the heart of things, cuts things out. If you've been needing to confront something or someone, this is the psychic laser or scalpel that's going to do it for you. A friend of mine, a Libra friend of mine, used to always say, it's kinder to do surgery with a scalpel than a butter knife. This is scalpel moment. And this refinement, stripping down, and regeneration of the way we are thinking, of conversations, of our thoughts about technology, coincides with the new phase of the Aquarius new moon, also on the 29th. This new moon invites, encourages, and pretty much impels us to factor all of the new conditions, the new considerations, the streamlined considerations into the goals and intentions and projects and fresh starts that are being occasioned by this new moon. And we have a rumbling under this of something really big on the brink of changing or breaking open. Uranus in Taurus is stationing direct the next day. Uranus has been retrograde since September. It's been sitting on the degree that it's now stationing direct since the middle of December, and it will not move off this degree until the middle of March. Uranus rules the Aquarius new moon. Whatever is rumbling, whatever has been getting more and more and more unstable, destabilized, is going to start coming to the surface, start cracking open, start coming into being, which means that all of the new beginnings and fresh starts of the Aquarius new moon may take some time to play out. Do not interpret these words as ominous, because as Uranus stations direct on the 30th, we have openings for all kinds of possibilities on a personal level. The sun is making a sextile to Jupiter. See if you don't feel suddenly, increasingly optimistic. Do try when you're making your plans and intentions and goals and whatever you do to honor the new moon, even if it's just to think about it briefly, do factor into it how your life might be better, how your life might be bigger. And as we get into the weekend, we then experience more of the Pisces elements in the sky. Pisces is going to be increasingly making itself known by the end of March, a month that I have now mentioned 2 times. Just stick it in the back of your mind. On the 1st, we have a beautiful, beautiful energy that is going to happen again in March. The 2 rulers of love and creativity and inspiration, Venus and Neptune, have a conjunction on the 1st. Venus is the worldly level of love and what we value and aesthetic and creativity. Neptune is the otherworldly level of it, taking it to streaks of divinity or angelic guidance, if you like, or connecting to your higher self, artistry that just defies logic, compassion, empathy, forgiveness. That weekend, see if you don't gravitate to an experience or an expression that embodies that. Venus in Pisces looks for the highest in everything. Venus in Pisces is the land of mermaids and Pollyannas and seeing God in everything and seeing the best in people. And Neptune certainly encourages that. Look for the transcendent experience. Immerse yourself in art. Dress like Stevie Nicks or a mermaid if that is what does it for you. It's got the potential to be phenomenally healing no matter what else you see or hear going on in what feels like the reality next to yours. Homing thought of the week. What is my contribution? Song of the week. I've got a couple of hymns. Now, I've got to warn you, if you have trouble with labels of deities, just rewrite them in your head. I remember I was in a choir at a Unitarian Universalist church for a long time where almost knockdown, drag-out fights routinely erupted anytime there was a hymn that had a male pronoun or even the word God in it. So you do what you need to do. Get the gist of this. These 2 hymns are Love Divine, All Love Excelling, written by Charles Wesley, and Make Me a Channel of Your Peace. And the image of the week is the star card from the tarot. Before I direct you to other resources, my Leo moon is overriding my Aquarius sun, and I will uncharacteristically announce that Monday, January 27th, is the birthday of one of the most creative forces, actually 2 of the most creative forces that have ever been unleashed on this planet, Lewis Carroll and Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. And it is also my birthday, which I mention to ask you to please take some action, throw a little money toward something that is furthering your values, and especially something that is on the ground, furthering your values, protecting your values. Specifically, my favorite is always World Central Kitchen, which is immediately on the ground, nourishing people who have had a natural disaster or are in a war zone. And also appropriate to this week's aspects would be an organization or a program that supports marginalized communities. I know a number of people who have the letter X for their gender on their passports who are now extremely worried about what is going to happen to them. That may be an area of interest to you. I'm not going to dictate which one. If I come across services that I know to be reputable, I will put them in the comments. And don't send me anything. If you send me something, I'm going to send it on to World Central Kitchen, just so you know. Because some of you guys are really generous is the best way I'll put it. Okay, now you'll learn more about this in my forecast for the Aquarius new moon, which is up at my site, empowermentunlimited.net, where you can sign up for my mailing list, book a session with me, and order your own personal 2025 tarot spread for the year that uses the 12 houses of the astrology chart. I'm Kathy Biehl, a professional astrologer with more than 35 years of experience, and no, I'm not going to give you my age. I have lots of bonus content at patreon.com/Kathy Biehl, and I'm really grateful to the people who support my work there, where you can, by the way, see my 2025 tarot spread for the collective. It's available for a mere $5. I host the show Celestial Compass on Om Times Radio and TV on the first and third Monday of every month at 5 p.m. Eastern. I also host lively conversation on Facebook, on the page Empowerment Unlimited, and in the group the Astro-Insight Lounge. I post on Blue Sky, Instagram, and Threads at Kathy Biehl, and on YouTube at the Professional Aquarian channel. Talk to you next week.